y'all be out here trying to diminish this era, and then y'all put y'all hands up when niggas call you out on it. Niggas be wanting to put every single person in this era saying that they would translate and saying that niggas can't guard somebody. Whole time, these niggas are doing a good job on niggas that are better than Paul Pierce was at that time period. Okay, so last video of the day, we're going to be reacting to a fellow Houstonian. It is Real Talk JT. Real Talk Sports. Oh, I don't know what to call him. I still, we in the same city. I've never spoken to him before. It's crazy, but I think it's Real Talk Hoops or something like that. So I am going to wrap this up talking about this video that I saw on Player's Choice. We're going back over there to a video that was surrounded around this guy. Drenchman Sports went up there and started uttering just like straight up nonsense about whether Paul Pierce is better than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I do understand that everybody have their own perspective. However, there is some type of factual evidence that needs to be provided. And when you see this clip, you'll see that very little factual evidence is spoken in this conversation. It's purely generalities, and even worse, it's spoken in false generalities. You guys can see it? Everybody can see it? Oh, okay, here we go.
It's just, I don't even think Paul game was really unlocked like how it would be unlocked if he played in this era. I think if Paul played in this era, bro, you would see some amazing shit from him. Like some amazing shit from him. It's just,
I don't know.
He'd be a top 15 player in the league.
Aren't you saying this about like
he'd be like a top 5?
No, he wouldn't
Right?
be a top 5 player in the league.
Yeah.
He would not
be a
at all.
top 5 player in the league today, Jordan?
I think he would because his scoring would probably be like you're talking about like 32, 33 a game. I think Paul would be probably 32, 33 a game.
Bro, niggas just be saying anybody could average 30 in this series. Bro, I need y'all to see something, bro. This is this past season, bro. Only 2 niggas actually averaged 30 this past year, and only 3 of them was like relatively close to averaging 30. Last year, it was 3 that averaged 30, and Luka, Giannis, and Shai. Everybody else was not like there. Everybody was like 28 and under. The year before that, it was multiple people that averaged 30, but it's on like 60, 66, 58, 68, 63. The only one that played 70 plus games that averaged 30 was Tatum. So it's like you expecting people to like just die, just going crazy and scoring in this era is OD as fuck. Cause bro, like niggas don't even be doing it like that. Like the usual suspects out of everybody that I done pointed out is Luka, Giannis, Shai, Embiid, maybe Jokic, and Tatum. And Tatum 1 year. Outside of that, and Dame. But Dame played like 58 games, and it was he was on the team where it was like he wasn't winning. Like it's not. Oh, that's another thing. Are you saying he's doing this in a losing effort? Like this nigga just like he's a loser? Oh, okay, then yeah. If you saying he a loser, then yeah, sure. He could shoot as many shots as he want to. Shit, he could average 30 on like 25 shots a game. Shit, like LaMelo was doing earlier this year. Yeah, he can do that. He ain't gonna amount to shit. He's still gonna be viewed under the same light as he was during the 2000s. But I guess, like, and to think that niggas could just come into this era and just average 30 anytime they want to. Nah, that's wild. That's wild.
Paul Pierce in this era, bro, I'm telling you, bro, like it's a lot of things that y'all see from these players that we don't get to see from other players who play.
Jordan, how far, like, because you at this point, every time I hear you like say a comment like this, it's about like every late 90s to 2000 score in the league, how they would come to today's league and be the best shit popping in the league. So
No,
how
not
many
all of
players
them.
from
Not
there?
all of them the
How
best
many
players in
many
that league.
perimeters from there would come into
Would Allen
the league
Iverson be a
right
top
now
5
and
player
be
in
the
today's
best?
game?
Yes,
Where would
Allen
Allen
Iverson be a
Iverson rank?
top-
Where would Allen Iverson rank right now in the league?
Top 5 too.
But I want y'all to know, nigga, in the 2000s, that nigga Allen Iverson wasn't no top 5 fucking player, nigga. That nigga wasn't better than Kobe when Kobe started hitting his prime. All right, I give Allen Iverson this. Allen Iverson was probably a top 5 player in the early 2000s, like 2000, like 2003. Maybe. But by the time we see KG mature, we seeing Tim Duncan doing what Duncan's doing, Kobe to mature, Shaq is Shaq, Tracy McGrady's in that peak, so that's in the 5th spot. Dirk is in the middle of him elevating, so he's in that spot. LeBron is elevating, so he's in that spot. D Wade is elevating, so he's above him. Like, where the fuck is Allen Iverson going to end up jumping into the top 5? Like, what the fuck is we doing? Nigga just be chatting. True, you just good. What I said just went over your head. Let's say T-Mac wasn't better. You still gotta test for Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan. And then that 5th spot was interchangeable because at one point it was Dirk. At another point, you had LeBron James elevating. You also had Dwayne Wade elevating. So who out of those 3 is Allen Iverson over to get into that 5th spot? Exactly.
You know what? I think it's kind of unfair, like what you just said, like to Jordan. I'm not saying you did it maliciously. I'm just want to just put this out there. And a lot of people do the same thing to me, right? But we're talking about, when we say like in today, we're talking about one, like we'll call it like 2-3 season. You know what I'm saying? Like when we do that, we're talking about like a whole 15, 20 years of scores. So it's like I can take 1-2 from each season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the sample size is so much bigger. So it's not like I'm saying that 80, like 98, or every score was better than the
That's not what
score
I'm saying.
in 2025. But if you go from 95 all the way to 2010, that's 15 years of basketball. So yeah, I think it's fair to say that we can get 10, 11 guys in there that'll be top 20. You know.
And my question for
the problem with that though is they're rather consistent. It's a consistent like theme of people that were not even top 5 during that time period or top 10 during that time period being put into these conversations of they would be top 5 today. So at that point, you're denigrating the talent that is today, because if you got to even think about Latrell Sprewell being in conversation for top 5, then that means not only did you think Latrell Sprewell was that good in that era, that means you also think that this era is so overrated that Latrell could come up here and he could be able to quintuple his production that he was even in that era. And that's just not the case. Some of these players that y'all niggas be putting up on pedestals from the 2000s, what they were was what they were because they were a product of the era that they played in. Their skill set was not built to be played in any other era than the era that they were in. Some people benefited off of their tough shot making because in that era, but you bring that element into this era and all that they were with tough shot makers, they would be role players, bench players even.
I'm willing to go like 02, 03 McGrady could possibly be top 3 or the best player in the league today. I'm willing to do
Why
that.
not Paulie though?
I'm not willing to say Paul Pierce would be top 5. I'm not willing to go that far for me personally.
But you got,
I don't think he's better than. I don't think he would be better than Shea. I don't think he's better than Jason Tatum. I don't think he's better than Yo. I don't think he's better than Giannis. And then that 5th spot, I mean, when you got Wemby, you got Embiid.
It's almost like, nigga, it's almost sacrilegious to say healthy Embiid. Nigga, that nigga's never healthy.
Bro,
you got like it's a lot of players. It's
not a defender in the league right now. It's not a defender in the league right now that would give Paul problems.
See, and that's that shit right there. That's when he's chatting. That's when he just chatting, just full on, full-fledged chatting. This past season, I'm finna run off these teams of defenders that can be able to contain Paul Pierce, if not give him some level of trouble. Christian Braun and Aaron Gordon can give Paul Pierce issues. I don't think Dallas has one. I don't think Memphis does either, by the way. Although I do think that they would just funnel him to Jaren Jackson Jr. and Paul Pierce wasn't that good of a finisher to where Jaren Jackson Jr. just he would essentially just have him and Zach Edey would just like swallow Paul Pierce in the paint. Like he wouldn't get done. Same thing with Dallas. I don't think they have a wing that could be able to stop him. However, if he calls himself a coach, but if you're a coach, how the fuck do you not put two and two together when it comes to Dallas or a situation in the NBA and understand that it's not a one-on-one sport? So yeah, there may not be a small forward that can contain him one-on-one, but they don't have to. They would just bring him into the paint and have a player like Anthony Davis, Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively to contain him in the paint, and he would have to finish over the trees, and he was not that good of a finisher even in that era. Same thing with Minnesota. Actually, I think Minnesota actually does have somebody in Jaden McDaniels. Jaden McDaniels is very, very capable of being able to cause trouble with Paul Pierce because he was a tough shot maker. And Jaden McDaniels forces you into tough shots. He did it with KD. Why the fuck would he do it with Paul Pierce? Trey Murphy III and Herb Jones, also the same thing. Lou Dort, J-Dub. Do I need to say more? Like, yes, they would cause issues for Paul Pierce. I don't think the Lakers have anybody. Kawhi Leonard at this stage of his career, I don't know if he's like that, but their defensive scheme, especially with like how Ty Lue has them like funneling sort of towards the baseline for them to get into a trap. Paul Pierce wasn't that scared of a passer. So I think that they would cause issues for him from a schematic standpoint. I don't think Phoenix has anybody. Portland doesn't. Well, Portland doesn't have anybody. Sacramento doesn't have anybody. And then San Antonio falls under that line with Dallas and Memphis and Minnesota. We're just going to funnel you to Wemby, and you got to finish over that 7'5" shot blocker, generational shot blocker. Nigga, you cook. Amen Thompson is fucking like, Amen Thompson and Tari Eason is doing away with whatever fucking tough shot making Paul Pierce is providing. He doing away. Paul Pierce gonna have to get it out the mud against Houston, especially if you don't come correct. And that's just the Western Conference. It's not even the East, where you have Orlando who's sitting there with not one, not two, but three different wing defenders that could be able to hassle you into taking tough shots that you don't want to take. That's before you get into Miami with Andrew Wiggins and Davion Mitchell hassling you, funneling you into a zone that Paul Pierce wasn't that good at executing out of in the first place. Like, what are we talking about here? Cleveland, Evan Mobley, Isaac Okoro, DeAndre Hunter, Boston, Tatum, Jaylen Brown. What the fuck are we talking about here? Detroit, Ausar Thompson. Y'all be out here trying to diminish this era, and then y'all put y'all hands up when niggas call you out on it. Real talk is right, bro. Niggas be wanting to put every single person in this era saying that they would translate and saying that niggas can't guard somebody. Whole time, these niggas are doing a good job on niggas that are better than Paul Pierce was at that time period. KD is better than Paul Pierce has ever been right now. Right now. But you think that they can't handle him? Like, what the fuck? Come on now.
When y'all do the transfer of era things, the thing that y'all don't like to put into consideration is that there are more wing defenders now than ever, because that's basically taking over the league, being switchable as a team and as a unit.
Yeah, but they're not very good.
Wait. Hold on.
Niggas, only one nigga that averaged 33 this year. And the year before that, it was only I think it was Luka. That's it. And the year before that, it was Embiid. Like, nigga, it's not like this is like everybody gets a 30 ball. What the fuck? Nigga, we got the same amount of niggas that average 30 during this time period that they had during the time that Paul Pierce did. And Paul Pierce didn't even average 30 during that time. When AI and Kobe and fucking T-Mac is out here trading out 30 point per game seasons. Nigga, what the fuck is we talking about? LeBron out here getting 30? D-Wade averaging 30? The fuck?
From trouble. Herb Jones is in the league. Amin Thompson's in the league.
Bro, these guys are not giving Paul Pierce trouble, bro. Y'all like they give trouble. They give trouble to guys that's like on the brink. You talking about the best of scores? They're not giving them trouble.
Paul Pierce wasn't the best of scorers during that time period. Let me check. Let's go to what is Paul Pierce's best season? Paul Pierce's best scoring season was in 06. In 06, that was the year that Kobe averaged 35. Kobe was a better scorer. Allen Iverson was a better scorer. LeBron was a better scorer. Gilbert Arenas was a better scorer. D-Wade was a better scorer. And Dirk was a better scorer. So he ain't even top 5 in his best seasons. Like, come on, bro. Like, we gotta stop with this shit, bro. 26 points per game would get you the 7th best scorer. You would be up there with Cade. You'd be there with Cade and Brunson and KD. That's where you are. Still great scores, but that's not the top 5 best scorers this past season. Let's try the year before that. 26 points per game would get you 10th. If that. You might be 11th behind Jokic. That's what that does for you. And then on top of that, it's not just the pace that needs to be taken into account. The standard of efficiency needs to be taken into account. During that time period, you could shoot 53.6 and be viewed as solid in terms of true shooting. Paul Pierce during the 06 season, no, this is 100 possessions. Fuck no. During the 06 season, shot 58.2% true shooting, which is like +5 for that time period. Was it +5? I think it was +5. It was like close to +5. We'll give him +5. You think he's carrying that out to this era where the standard of efficiency was 57.6? Nah, I wouldn't say that. You think he's gonna be +5? Nah, I wouldn't say that.
Trouble. They're not giving Paul Pierce trouble. Paul Pierce is giving him 30. If you say line this shit up and it's the playoffs and you
30
got
on what?
But why do you need to line shit up? What's the reason for lining shit up? Why are we lining shit up? You a basketball coach, nigga. Why the fuck would you line shit up, nigga? When have you told your players, fuck playing logical basketball, fuck being a team player, go get buckets? When have we ever told a nigga, go get buckets? Don't worry about being a team player. Don't pass the ball. Don't worry about doing none of that. Nigga, score. When have we ever just told a nigga to do that? Even when Kobe averaged 35, nigga, he was doing it in the vein of keeping the team relevant so they can make it to the playoffs. Every nigga that has averaged 30 was trying to win. You ain't finding niggas, even AI. How many times that nigga lost in the first round or missed the playoffs? That nigga was averaging 30 trying to compete. Why the fuck would you tell this nigga Paul Pierce, yeah, just line this shit up? What the fuck? So stupid.
I mean, you gonna a good score, yeah. You gotta take your shots. That's how it happens in the playoffs. But I'm not saying it's gonna be a walk in the park for him.
You just said he ain't gonna have trouble. That's what walk in the park means.
Hold on.
He
I'm
did.
saying what Shea would do, what y'all see Shea do, that y'all think he's the only player in NBA history could do. Paul Pierce could do that.
First off, nobody ever said he's the only nigga in the NBA history that could do it, because he wasn't the only nigga in NBA history that could do it. Jordan did it. Not the only nigga that's ever gotten the accolades that he did. And even on the scoring front, he's not the only nigga to shoot 50% at the guard spot. Jordan did that. He's not the only one at that throne. But that speaks to how good he fucking was this year, though. That he was up there with Jordan.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all believe
I'm not giving Paul
NBA
Pierce
history
that handle.
30, and that shit is amazing. Paul Pierce is the same guy.
He's not Shea.
Paul Pierce ain't no fucking Shea.
Okay, no, he is not.
Why isn't he Shea? Why isn't Paul Pierce Shea? Besides that, why can't Paul Pierce do what Shea did?
Okay, so to answer your question, number one, he ain't as nice as Shea with the pill. That's number one.
Don't have to be. They don't mean nothing.
Why would he not have to be a facilitator? Why would he not have to be a fucking facilitator? Okay, look, I'm a wrap this up because, bro, this nigga, I'm gonna just be blunt about it, bro. This nigga's an idiot. He's an idiot, and I'm calling him an idiot because none of your foundation is solid. You're basing he can average 30 because you see other niggas do it. Newsflash, Paul Pierce never did it, nigga. The most Paul Pierce has ever averaged is 26. Damn near 27. But that's it. This nigga wants to make it seem as if Paul Pierce has the mid-range game that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander does. I want to remind you guys, this is a nigga in Shai Gilgeous this past season that finished in the mid-range shooting 50.8% outside of the restricted area and 50% on long twos. Nigga, that's a +6 and 9% different to league average. Paul Pierce ain't never been that nice, nigga. This is a nigga who the year prior, where he came second in MVP, shot 51.7% outside of the restricted area and 49.4% on long twos. That's +7 and 8% above league average. Paul Pierce ain't never did no shit like that, nigga. Never. Nigga be chatting, just be talking. We want to make it seem like he knows what the fuck he talking about. Just because you call yourself a coach don't mean you a coach, nigga. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. These bomb ass takes be making y'all fucking platform look fucking foolish. And then y'all be sitting there wondering why a nigga go on Twitter saying y'all just be saying some badass takes and be numbing the fucking viewers, making them niggas fucking idiots. You wonder why a nigga accuse y'all of that. It's because y'all be letting dumbass niggas like this nigga down here at the bottom middle talk hoops like he know what the fuck he talking about. Whole time, he ain't gave not one fucking fact on why he think Paul Pierce could translate to this era. But then I gotta remember, this the same dumbass nigga that sat here talking about how Rondo could be better than Steve Nash.
Really chime in, okay? Rajon Rondo is one of the greatest point guards of all time. So, in my opinion, Rajon Rondo should be a Hall of Fame. But another debate that I would like to have with true basketball heads, right? Rajon Rondo versus Steve Nash. In my opinion, I think Rajon Rondo is a better basketball player than Steve Nash. If I had to pick prime Rajon Rondo versus prime Steve Nash, I'm going to go with prime Rondo. Rajon Rondo is a two-time NBA champion as well, too. Can Steve Nash maybe score better than him? Yes. Do he pass better than him? No. Do he defend better than him? No. Do he rebound better than him? No. Does he get everybody involved better than Rajon Rondo? No. Does he win better than Rajon Rondo? No. So, in my opinion, Rajon Rondo is a better basketball player.
So then, let's follow this logic. Hey guys, it's Casual here. I got a basketball take. I want real hoopers to let me know. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander just won a championship, and Paul Pierce hasn't been in the league for some years. I appreciate Shai Gilgeous and what he did this year, and I feel as if he's better than Paul Pierce. He has a MVP. Paul Pierce doesn't. He has multiple years of averaging 30. Paul Pierce doesn't. He has multiple years of averaging 30 on 50% shooting from the field. Paul Pierce doesn't. He has a championship. Paul Pierce has that. He has a finals MVP. Paul Pierce does have that. But you know what he doesn't have? He doesn't have a higher winning percentage than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He does not. Let me know what you guys think down below. You see how easy that is? Let's follow that logic, man. Let's follow that logic. Chat, this is dumb. This is really, really dumb. Basketball community needs to evolve from idiotic takes like this bullshit this nigga be saying, because to be quite honest with you, it's seeping into other corners and other sectors of the NBA community to where they're uttering these idiotic statements.